welcome back. Today we're doing a train and yap, which I haven't done in a hot minute. It's a series I want to bring back because I truly enjoy it, and I also just train almost daily, so it's not very hard. Earlier this month I posted on my Instagram story asking me a question that I was gonna do a training thing, and I got some questions I thought were really good, and I'm so sorry that if you sent me a question and I just now getting to it. It's been crazy busy, you know, all the jams. Today we're training Salem in this nice little Western outfit. I'm in my Western era, guys. It's great. Also, if you're new, you probably will hear my keyboard. It is a more clicky keyboard, so sorry if that bothers you. If you ever want to be a part of one of the submissions, follow my Instagram page. I don't really post. I don't really do much. I just will occasionally post some things on it. I guess we should get started with my first one. Oh wow, look, we already got to level 8. What a wonderful thing. And I finished maxing Manny in one day because he was just like 2 levels away, and I was like, I'm just gonna board. So he got maxed in one day, which I had guessed that. All right, let's actually get into the first submission. The first one says, what is your favorite color to work with for outfits? Fantastic question. Most of you guys know I do like to make outfits. I do like to try to use items that I don't really use, like this one. It's the saddle pad. I've used this shirt before. Oh my god. Hello? The only bad thing is with this Ecotech, it glitches the saddle to go further back. So like running, it doesn't look good. Oh my gosh. My favorite color, I love working with like reds. I think there's so many different shades of reds in this game that they just look so good, and it just looks so nice. Like, see what I mean? Like, this is a Western saddle, or saddle pad. So I personally love to use reds, but I try to pick a color that I haven't done in a while. So one time I did grays, and that was kind of hard because I chose a horse that couldn't wear a newer tech. It was like the Gen 2 Lippy, I think. It was like my pirate outfit, which is on my outfit Instagram story. And honestly, it came out so well. I used to get so into outfits and would spend forever making outfits. I'm thinking of doing a challenge where you guys submit a piece of clothing and I have to make an outfit with it. Let me know if that's something you would enjoy. I don't fully know, but I would definitely have to say reds. Obviously I'm not gonna say black because black is really easy to like make an outfit. Your main colors, I would say like red. I do like to try to do yellows, but yellows are hard. I like to do blues and greens as well, even though half the time those colors don't match in this game. The more I ride, the more I realize my leg wraps don't match my outfit, so I'm gonna have to change those. Okay, let's go quickly change my leg wraps before I have a little moment. Okay, these match a lot better. They match with my hat. Let's continue. Let's continue from what we've been doing. I thought I had a cough. Went away, so it's okay. Alright, the next question is, what was your first ever club that you were in? And what was your role for them? Oh my gosh, you're making me think really hard. But the first... Now, please know that I've been playing this game for over 10 years, so I can't exactly remember the very first club I was in. Oh my gosh, actually, wait. So there's 2 answers. I can't remember which one came first. I'm like 75% sure that one of them came first, but I'm gonna say both of them because they were around, I would say, within the same year. So the first one that I almost forgot it was called Walking Stars Community. I was just a regular member. We did all sorts of events. I don't think we did dressage because dressage at this time, this was like 2016, it was not that big of a thing back then, and we didn't really have a club outfit. We just like had, our theme was like stars, okay, but we were big. I think I was in the club for like 6 months or something. And please remember that this was like the time where you didn't have like Discord or Skype. It was just mostly SSO things, like command. If you did have a social media thing, it was Skype. That I logged on one day and I was like, oh my, I was freaking out because I wasn't in the club anymore, and I was like, oh my god, my brother must have like got me, like kicked me out as a joke, or I must have got hacked, please know that my brother does not know my star stable info because he does not care enough to know it. He has no reason to actually get on. So I don't know why I said that, but I guess I did. So I was emailing the owner on Star Stable, and this was when the chat system was better, so you could say a little bit more. She was like, no, you didn't leave. I gave the club to like one of the higher ranks. I don't want to be a club owner anymore. And her reasoning was like she just missed exploring clubs and she was stressed out with owning it, which was valid. I mean, this was the time where like your bigger clubs or like your longer clubs that were around longer than others, like they didn't stay very long. This was still new to Star Stable, so it wasn't huge. There was no like popularity. And so I like told her, she's like, oh, I can let so-and-so know when you're back on and she can add you, because this is when, again, only the actual club owner could add you. Not how like club leaders can add you now, but only the club owner. And I was like, no, I don't want to be in a club without you in it because you brought such good moments to it. Like it would be so weird being in this club without you. Wait, hold on, how old was I? Or 2016? I would have been between 13, something like that. So I was like little old me, and I don't know how I had this much, like I didn't know how I was like wording this so well so young. The second club that I can remember, and it was his first ever, but it's between these two. The second club was called Light Pearls. We had our own like little uniform. We had our own little club horse, which was the Gen to Lippies. And now that I'm thinking about this, by the time I joined these, it was after another club called the Warriors, because I had named my Lippy Ghost Warriors or Ghost Warrior anyways. But we were called Light Pearls. We were a dressage club. And we were not big by any means. Like I think the max we ever had at practices were like 5 to 6 riders in line. Like we were tiny. But I was so thankful for this club because this club gave me one of my best friends who sadly does not play the game anymore. Her name is Anna in North River. I also met so many other friends. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna list them all off, but I'll show pictures of them. Just a splendid thing. We disband due to, I believe, inactivity, or it was our owner just needed a break, which was very, very common back then, I feel like. What's one thing you wish we could have in SSO? Ooh, well, I always wanted meals because I freaking love meals, first off. I don't know, they've added so much Western tack that it makes me happy. I would love to have like ear bonnets or blankets, which we kind of already got a little sneak peek that they're trying to work on. But one thing overall, well, two things I would really, really like Star Stable to add is the first one, add a feature where you can stand somewhere, drop your quote-unquote camera and walk away from it, like kind of like spectator mode, and that way you could get video shots without having to use a second account, because sometimes I'm just too lazy to get on my alt account to get that forward shot. I think it would be so easy to have like a little setting where we can like drop our camera, and if it's like this angle I can like run through it, you know? The other feature that I would love for Star Stable to add is having an option where we could go to our like paddock where all of our horses are stored instead of like in the stable. It's like out in a field. It wouldn't need to be like our horses are moving, but just standing still. I feel like that would be so cool. I would have like 5,000 pastures though, because I feel like I would have like 10 to 15 in each like pasture this size. So many abon, so many. I think it would be cool though, especially for like role players. I think that would give such a great opportunity for like clips and everything. It would be so amazing instead of trying to find players that have those same horses. All right, next question. What's your favorite Gen 2 horse? There's so many old Gen 3s that people would count as Gen 2s, but they're not. So I actually have to think about the horses that retired. I really, really like the Gen 2 Mustangs. Those, or the quarter horses, or the Pains, or the Appaloosas, like that model. Okay. Oh, cool. See, I don't think I have a favorite coat of the Well, if it's the Gen 2 Mustang, I really like the black one, which mine is named Batman. Oh, this is a big question. How long have you been playing SSO, and do you like owning a club or being a member in a club? I've been playing, I created this account that's my main account, Molly Skycake, on December 7th, 2014. So this year will mark my 11 years of my account. I didn't get Star Rider until like April, I think. So technically not 6 months, what I said earlier, but it was pretty close. I've actually owned, well, let me rephrase this. I've attempted to own a few clubs in the past. It was hard because I owned them with friends, but then those friends would become inactive and would be like, I don't have time to play this, I have school, which is very valid. I was like in high school still, so I didn't have much wiggle room, if you could say that. What was it? I owned a club, I want to say it was called like Red Warriors or Rose Warriors. It was something Rose Warriors Legacy, I think. I attempted to make a club called, what is it called? I have a Discord server of it, and I just have transferred it to my like storage thing. Oh, I got it. So my very last club I attempted to help own on my account as the owner, Jupiter's Explorers, which I think is now an actual club, which is insane. Seeing the name and was like, I try to make that a club, and now someone else has that name as a running club, and it's sad, but it's also so like exciting to see. I've attempted to do one called Ocean Tide, I think. It was something Tide. I attempted to make it with one of my friends, was Anna. We also attempted to make Sky Kings back in the day. Anytime I owned a club, we always got around 10 members, and then everyone just went MIA, and we just ended up disbanding overall. I honestly would love to attempt to run a club or help run a club again. I loved planning events. For some of you who don't know, I was in SendForce for over 3 years, and I was an event manager for over a year before I had stepped down from the club. Now I'm in Pink Queen's Legacy just as a regular member. I would say it depends. So I like being a member in clubs so that I don't have to worry about planning events and everything. However, I do fully miss helping go through applications when I did clubs. I miss planning. I miss doing attendance and like staying on all of that. And for me, if I ever would recreate a club, like make a new club, it would probably be a hangout club with a optional Western and dressage team. And that's just because then it's not required. So if I ever did that, I think I would do like Western team 1 week for like 2 practices, dressage team practices another week, and like alternate it, and then have 2 to 3 events in between. So I do definitely miss helping run clubs and going through all of that, but I don't think I would ever get super high in PQO. Who knows, maybe further down the road, as the further I've been in this club, I'll surprise myself. Who knows? I mean, I surprised myself when I became an event manager for SendForce, which I truly miss them. I try to chat with them at least once a week, just see how everyone's doing. It's so sad. I need to be in someone invite me to a practice. Oh my god, could you guys imagine if I did a teaching SendForce or attempting to teach a dressage lesson to SendForce now? Like, I feel like I could do it. Okay, maybe I'm hyping myself up too high, but nice that I could have run SendForce for a day, and I was like, really? And she's like, it's really hard, and I was like, I kind of want to do it. No, please no, we were joking with this. Y'all should look into them if you haven't. They are a fantastic club, fantastic people. Their schedule just started to not really work with mine. And PQL's practices events were an hour later than SendForce, so now I actually have a little bit more free time. But I would solely love to go back to SendForce for a day and just experience, you know how fun that would be? Oh my god. Wait, can we actually... I would love to do that as a video. I think it would be just so much fun to go to other clubs and do club practice for a day and make a video out of it. I think that would be such a fun thing to experience, and then you guys could see the insights of it. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. I'm so sorry that was such a long piece that I added. I'm so sorry. All right, we have 2 questions left. They're gonna be a lot shorter, thank God. So the second last is, what is your dream career? My dream career has changed throughout high school, and then now it's been pretty steady, but I haven't been trying to chase it as hard because the economy has been so bad, and where I live also just doesn't have what I want to do. Like I would have to go over an hour away, and for me, I'm planning a lot of things in my life that I'm not gonna share at this moment, but it's been hard, so leave and do that because it's not just me. Anyways, my dream career is I would love to work with like weanlings and get them ground ready before under saddle. I did this for college. We had a weanling and a yearling class where we had to desensitize them, teach them showmanship, lunging, like all of those, trailering, like loading and unloading, bathing, like all of the necessities, and I truly enjoy that. Yes, they most likely could come after you a little harder because they're untouched basically, but I like to see the progress they grow. I have never fully broke a horse under saddle, but I would love to learn. Like that is my dream, to just break horses, I think, or retune them, I should say. I also love to do like beginner to intermediate lessons of Western and English. Kind of hard for me at the moment, so I haven't had time to like actually go somewhere and like do that opportunity, but that's kind of my dream career. I don't think I would ever own more than like, oh my gosh, as I was saying, I don't think I would ever own more than like 5 horses. Like I might have like 10 in my future like barn, but 5 of them would be training horses. All right, and then the last question for today, it is, do you own / ride horses in real life? Excellent question. We're going back to what I basically was going on. During my college days, I had to ride twice a week. So I rode English and Western. We worked on ranch, trail, a little bit of Western pleasure because we had some horses that were broke to that. Small basic foundation of jumping. I did a little bit of dressage for an internship. I have an idea of roping, reining, showmanship and halter, equitation, so like frail classes. What other things have I done with horses? The only thing I really haven't done is like racing, and then bulls or barrels. So that was half of the question, and then the other half was, do I own any horses? Unfortunately, I don't own any horses. Now, you could have just counted me with my training horses as temporarily owned because I had them for 6 weeks. Let me tell you, I had 2 roans and they were from the same owner, and I was like, you just dropped me off my same training horse, she just grew. Now they weren't identical, but they were really close. My weanling was named Pepper and my yearling was named Mary Lou. Pepper went to an auction right as soon as she got picked up from training class. And then Mary Lou was I think the father's horse that he wanted, and she was like, they were both more of like your cow horses, so they wanted things to do like your ranch horses. They needed a job to always be doing. They were such smart horses, first off. Such smart, would always want to work and figure it out, would always correct themselves if, like, I would just have to do a simple like turn around and be like, did you, like, what was that? And then she'd be like, I am so sorry, I messed up, let's try again. And I didn't beat the crap out of the horses. I just worked with them so well that they understood. Like, I would correct them a little here and there to be like, no, and you had off days, so it made sense. But I don't own any horses. I want to own a horse in the future. I haven't decided if my first horse is going to be like young or already like broke to ride, because I do love to work with horses. So I'm telling myself I could get a young horse, do everything on the ground, and then see if I could go somewhere to see how they are working within the saddle and see if I can learn while they do it. My dog is shaking so much, oh my gosh. So I was like, you know what, maybe I could do it. So that's my idea. I mean, obviously it's not fulfilled yet because things are so hard to do nowadays with money. Like, come on, why is it so expensive? Basically it for the video. I know we haven't fully trained Salem, but I'm gonna finish turning up my regular route, see how far we can get him trained. Yeah, but if you ever want to be part of one of these submission videos, just know that I post them only on my Instagram stories, so I don't post them here on my YouTube channel. I think it would just get too confusing for me to go back and forth. Or if you have a training idea. But I hope you enjoyed this video. We are on the road to 2K subscribers, which is absolutely insane. You guys are crushing it, which scares me a bit, but who knows. I think by the end of the year we might get to 1300. I don't think we'll get to like 1500 or any of that. If we do, I am scared. And why do y'all like my content that much? But let me know what you guys think and all of that. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye.